Hi, this is Leora Lanz, and you're listening to Marketing Mindset Lessons from Hospitality, the podcast where I speak with some of my amazing friends throughout the global landscape of hospitality and marketing. We will share best practices that you can use in your business, whether it's in traditional hospitality or not, whether you are an emerging leader in the industry, or seasoned and wanting to stay fresh and always learning. If you're an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur, you need a marketing mindset. Whether you're marketing a business or yourself, we all need a marketing mindset. We know you're busy, but take a listen and figure out how you can apply this fresh thinking to your world, both professional and personal. Let's all think like a marketer. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Marketing Mindset, Lessons from Hospitality. I'm Leora Lanz, and today we're going to be talking about Google. We have to. We're talking about digital marketing today, but about something very, very specific. What was called the Google My Business page, which today is called the Google Business Profile page. We'll get to that in a minute. Who are we going to have this conversation with? It's my dear friend, Todd Philie. Todd is the founder and the CEO of South Coast Marketing Group, which is based in Massachusetts. He started his career in retail marketing, got his MBA from Clark University, quickly rose from assistant managing director at Silver City Galleria to regional managing director for Simon Properties, overseeing 22 shopping malls across the Northeast from Maine to New Jersey. But Todd, I know you had bigger dreams. He left corporate retail to pursue an entrepreneurial passion, opening a gourmet dog bakery. Love that. What started as one location grew into 2 stores with 150 wholesale accounts, featuring more than 50 all-natural treats for our pets. After successfully selling that business, then he channeled his marketing expertise into consulting. He's helped businesses through South Coast Marketing Group virtually in every industry you can imagine, from electricians to builders to restaurants, hotels, nightclubs, golf courses, and even car dealerships, which, by the way, there's one in North Carolina, car dealership that I think could use your help. As a certified webmaster, Todd has designed and developed more than nearly 300 websites, combining traditional marketing strategy with cutting-edge digital expertise. Today, South Coast Marketing Group and Todd specializes in all aspects of marketing and business development, product launches, distribution strategy, web design, and he brings his real-world experience from both the corporate boardroom and the entrepreneurial trenches. He is a dear friend of mine, someone who I could not have lived without for this last decade, because when he comes to speak with my students, we speak specifically about websites, and I learn so much every time. And God knows he's got the expertise to talk about so much more than just websites. But today, Todd said we needed to talk about this. He goes, this has to be the conversation today, Leora. So here we are. Please welcome my friend Todd. And let's talk about that Google Business Profile, Todd.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And you said to me, I mean, frankly, it sounds like it's almost like creating another website the more you and I discuss this. But that Google My Business page, which we have always advised clients, you better claim that. And now I understand it's called the Google Business Profile page. So they changed their name. You said to me, clients better look at this, businesses better look at that page like your life depends on it.
Absolutely.
Why?
So it's very important. Most people, when you do a search online, the first thing that's going to come up is the Google Business Profile pages. It's going to show you that on the right-hand side of the search. If you're not doing that properly, you're losing out on customers completely. Your reviews are there. It's a digital word of mouth for you right off the bat. Right away, it shows everything about you, but it also pictures. Pictures tell 1,000 words for somebody, especially in the hospitality industry. Keep them fresh, keep them updated. Don't post something from 6-7 years ago. Likely, especially in the hotel world, that's changed 2-3 times over already at that point. So if you have a picture of a pool and you no longer have a pool, you're doing yourself such a disservice right off the bat. Now a family books a hotel thinking they've got a pool, they show up, there's no pool. It's now a ballroom. What think's going to happen? A lot of disasters.
You know, it's interesting. I worked with a hotel in Boston. They renovated their gym. They were really proud of it. They were wondering why it wasn't getting the attention, or the ratings weren't even going up on their survey cards. And when we conducted a digital assessment, they never even mentioned it. They didn't even put, the only picture of their gym was from like 3 years ago before it was renovated, and it was posted a long time back. So keeping your Google business profile page as updated as we probably would our website is really important from what I'm hearing from you
Sometimes
right
even
now.
more. Sometimes if you have to claim and optimize all your amenities, okay, to your point for the gym, being an updated gym, claim
Okay.
everything you have for your amenities. Go deep. I mean, really, when you're into that box, when you're in the amenities box on your Google business profile, you can go super deep. Check that you have a hot tub, you've got a pool, kitchen, kitchenettes inside the rooms,
Okay.
business centers, business lounge area, or whatever it might be. Anything that's applicable, you need to make sure that it's checked off and that it's there and visible to everybody to see. Otherwise, you're filtered out. The other business down the road is going to say they did it and you didn't. They're going to get the business.
Todd, have you or anyone in your agency recently worked with a hospitality business where that was sort of, the first piece of low-hanging fruit that we looked at, and you saw there were some sort of gaps there? What did you find?
Usually it's in the restaurant world. We find it all
Yes.
the time in restaurants. Restaurants are notorious for not updating their Google business profile completely. And it's the easiest thing for them to do. Specifically, a lot of times, I think this weekend coming up, we have a nor'easter coming. We've already reached out to all of our clients. Are you going to be open or not? Or are you going to be closing early, open late? What do you think is going to happen? We're prepared for it, ready to go and launch that. But a lot of times businesses don't think of that. It's the last thing they think of. They're just going to put it on maybe another nurturing service, or they just assume because it's bad weather, people know we're not open.
So it's almost a daily soapbox from what it sounds like. Like,
it
this
really
is
is.
like
It's
our
one of
really
those
daily
things.
communication tool.
It really is. When somebody checks your email, especially the front end manager, that should be in front of your house manager. That should be part of your job. Just make sure that's updated, it's up to speed, especially if you're a restaurant that offers daily specials. Use Google Business Page to do that. Post it out there. You can create posts on there just like you would social media, which is a fantastic way to reach people. It also increases your SEO, which makes all the sense in the world. It's the lowest hanging fruit you could possibly find in the digital marketing world. And it doesn't cost you anything.
Okay, great. So let me just clarify a couple things. SEO, Todd just mentioned, stands for those of us who are watching this or listening to this and we're not familiar with the acronym, search engine optimization, which is essentially how do we have the strongest digital presence so that if someone is conducting a Google search, we show up on top, or at least on page one. That's our goal, right? And today our goal is actually to get into that Gemini output, the Gen AI output. That's even stronger. So we've really got to push that earned media and that SEO, the search engine optimization. And from what I'm hearing, Todd, the lowest hanging piece of fruit is use that Google business profile page. And I've seen this where restaurants say they're open all the time, or if I'm looking for a retail shop and I look and it says it's open and it's actually closed on Mondays, and they never actually correct
They've never updated. I mean, I use the analogy a lot of times is you're going out on a first date. You've looked up a restaurant, you've seen the hours, you know it's great. It's a Wednesday night. They should be open. Perfect. You get your date, you show up at 7:00 at night. It's the only restaurant in a 20-mile radius. Go there. There's a sign on the door, closed for private function. And now what do? You go into
That's not a
McDonald's.
good first date. That
You
is
gotta
a
go to
terrible
McDonald's
first
and you
date.
think you're having a second date? No, probably not. Not gonna happen. Unless you're dating the hamburger lot. That's about
Oh
it.
my gosh. Okay. So Google business profile, we got to pay attention to it and we got to update it and we got to treat it almost daily if something's changing.
And the biggest thing you can do with that, especially in the hospitality world, is you can create specific location requests. Put the content that's out there. So you're 5 minutes to a beach. Central Park is 2 minutes away. A carriage ride away from here. Located there, these attractions or these locations or that are tourist traps that people want to go to. Make sure you have that information in there. And it's also a couple things it'll do is one, it alleviates the questions people are going to have when they call the front desk and ask all this information if they want to know it. If it's not on your main website, especially sometimes that happens on a corporate run website, they don't have that information available. If you have access to your Google My Business page to do it, it makes all the sense in the world to put that information there. But two, for search engine wise, search engine optimization again, it helps backlink back to those locations you're listing. So it really does help spur your rankings up there.
Okay. I also want to talk about reviews.
Yes.
Reviews, we actually just recently had a conversation about earned media and reviews and review sites and user-generated content is really good for boosting our search engine optimization. And you remind us that reviews are an incredible way of having our digital word of mouth.
It is. So the way I've always taught this, and I stand behind this, if someone takes the time to leave you a review, good, bad, and different, please respond back to them.
Yeah.
And don't wait a week, a month, couple weeks, couple months. Don't do that. Do it within the day. Literally block out, just like you check your email inbox. Check your reviews every time they come in. Set it up so you get notifications. The other thing you can do is you can set up Google's messaging service where you can have an auto reply that comes out and you can message that person. They can message you directly offline. So if it's a negative review, here, which is huge. Because you
That's
don't have a negative
important.
review and you don't want to go down that rabbit hole where you actually fight with the potential person online, because that will stay. And that's awful. That's the last thing you want to do.
Right. So we nip it in the bud, we respond, but then we got to take it offline so we have that conversation and keep that relationship and make sure it doesn't spiral into something we can't
Correct.
control.
And the best advice I can give you is once you've resolved that issue, if it is a negative comment, someone's giving you a 2 or 3 star review and they quoted why,
Right.
respond to them, talk to them, have an offline conversation, and ask them to remove it. Ask them to take it down. If it's been resolved and it's done, then it doesn't hurt your ratings. It doesn't hurt your rank at all. If it stays there, well, that's a bad thing. The other thing to make sure of is that they're actually legitimate reviews that are coming through. We've had clients get ones that are posted from third world countries that would never go to these businesses.
So it's like a bot giving us a bad
It's a
review.
bot going through, putting up pictures, putting up content, giving 1 stars, and it's awful. Or your competitors sometimes, when nasty, will go ahead and do that themselves.
Oh, let's hope that doesn't happen in our industry. But the point is, we have to look at those reviews all the time. We have to respond to them. We have to check their legitimacy. And if something goes in the wrong direction, we have to handle that off.
Absolutely. Right away.
Okay, great. You also tell us, don't tell us, show us.
Correct.
Photos.
Pictures.
So talk about photos.
Photos are huge. I mean, you really
Okay.
want to have as many photos and constantly update it. Keep it fresh. Take down old ones, put new ones up. Encourage people that were there at your location to post photos to your Google page. They can tag and check in that they're there and then add photos to your reviews as well. It really speaks volumes for what's going on inside your industry and your world where you are. People can't see it unless they're there. So if you have those photos for them, they can picture themselves there and want to be there, especially in hotels. You want to show the best of the best that you have. Get people excited to come.
With the expression, a picture is worth 1,000 words, couldn't be more true.
Absolutely.
But I'll take it to the next level with you. It's not just photos, but even these drone tours or 360-degree virtual tours. Now we have more active, rich media, right? We have more active graphics. That even goes further than a still photo, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's huge. Google allows you to put, they don't allow videos per se, but the 360 tours they do allow, which is great. So unfortunately, you're not able to post a video onto that, which does stink. It does hurt you in that aspect. But if you have it on your website, people can click to that and see it, because your website is actually up to date and linked correctly on your Google profile page, that you're in good business. If you're missing out on not, sometimes what will happen is someone will update a page on their website that had that information. They didn't update it on their Google business profile page. And now possibly that page that we linked initially has been deactivated and gone. Now someone clicks that link and they get a 404 error page. That's the last thing you want to have happen. And we see it all the time, especially in restaurant world. They'll put up a link for, say, right now, Valentine's Day menu. Get your Valentine's Day reservations. They have that link still on the Google business page, but that's already been taken down off their website.
Right.
And now you go to click on it to find out, view the menu. You can't. Nothing comes up.
You know, it's tough for restaurateurs, right? They're so tightly staffed, focused on the business. I know with my friends who are restaurateurs, it's hard to even get them by email because they're just on the floor. They're doing their thing. They're running their operation. They're running their business. That's why having a digital agency that even knows what to do for restaurants and can speak restaurant language is so helpful, because you don't want to lose out when there's so much competition out there in the marketing sphere.
Yeah, you flip that over to the small bed and breakfast and the inns that are out there in the same situation. They have such a small staff. It's usually maybe a husband and wife running a bed and breakfast. They're trying to do everything to keep themselves afloat, keep everything going. They're the housekeepers. They're the cleaners, the landscapers, the property managers. Everything. Coming to a Google business page is not on their priority list. They're not even thinking about it. So they're missing out. So a great opportunity here is to fill your rooms during a slow time. You can use posts on Google My Business.
Okay.
Advertise certain promotions, events, different things. If, for example, you know there's a community event going on, maybe there's a regatta happening. You want to put in that you have room space available. Come stay here during the regatta and get whatever it might be, is promotional rate kind of thing. And really push that out there, tie into that.
So you're saying during slow periods, if we want to fill more rooms in hotels, for example, Google Business Profile page is
You can-
actually another way to do some posts?
It's a great way to get there and get your information out there and posts, because now with search wise, that may come up as well. It's not a guarantee, but it's a good shot that will help you in a search. Someone looking for that particular promotion or whatever it might be, or maybe somebody's looking for special rates during, I don't know, Easter weekend, for example. They put that in there, and now because you have those terms and then you've done that, Google may reward you and show in search results for that.
So Todd, if I'm doing a Google search, let's say on my laptop, because on the phone it might be a little different. If I'm doing a Google search for, I don't know, deals, specials in Boston or in Los Angeles or wherever I might be traveling, what am I going to see first? Am I going to see that Google Business Profile page? Am I going to see the link to the site? Am I going to see third parties? What's going to happen?
You would see paid ads first, would first come up. Anybody who's doing paid ads.
Right.
Which in the hotel world, you can actually do Google Hotel Ads, which is much cheaper than your traditional Google ads. Versus a traditional Google ad, you're paying for the click, the impression, you're paying for all of that. A Google Hotel ad, which is a little bit different, you're only paying 10% commission based on the actual booking.
Oh,
So it's a better opportunity for hotels and inns and boutiques and things like that to do that and be a part of that and do that direction. Link that into your profile as well. Like here's a book
okay.
through Google that goes into the OTAs that way, but you still get a smaller percentage rate to pay for an ad, which is a lot nicer than most ways Google advertising works.
Okay, so I just learned so much between Google Hotel Ads, Google Business Profile, boost that SEO, use photos, and treat Google Business Profile sort of as a daily platform,
It
really.
should be a daily check-in. It really should be a daily check-in just to make sure
Wow.
it's working the way you want, especially if you missed a notification on a Google review that came in. Definitely check it every day.
Okay.
Beginning of the day, end of the day, just a quick pop in, see what's going on, see what's happening, make sure it's up to date, especially weather-wise. You're going to close early, you're opening later, you're closed in general, whatever it might be, you want to put that up there as a notice. We have done for some people right now special notice as a post. We may be closed based on weather. Keep your eyes open. We will update it.
Right.
At least people are prepared for that. So if you're planning something, you know there's a good chance they may or may not be there.
That's really wise advice. And then finally, when we were chatting about this, because goodness knows when it comes to digital marketing and understanding how Google works and understanding what boosts our SEO to boost our GenEO, right? Our Gen optimization. There's so much that we can talk about. But you also want to stress the point that we need to make sure that in our digital presence, whether it's through our website, through our Google Business Profile page, that we're actually answering the questions that guests are actually asking. What do you mean by that?
So you have an opportunity in Google Business Profile page to create a Q&A section and to take the key questions that customers have asked over time or that you know are important to people to know, to put them in there. Do you have an elevator? Do you serve breakfast? Is breakfast included? How far is the beach? How far is the closest shopping center? Maybe how close is the liquor store?
Right.
That people are thinking of when they're going into a hotel. You want to make sure that is Uber available. Can I get a taxi service there? Do you have on-site parking? Is it free parking, paid parking? Those are questions you want to think about, especially in the hospitality world. What's there? Do you offer valet parking if you're a restaurant? Is there a fee for it? Is it free? Just so you know when you get there, it's already answered. You don't have to worry about it. And again, your front desk concierge doesn't have to be tied up answering those questions because you've already answered them.
Right. So I'm going to stop us there because that is so much. And I want to make sure that our listeners and our viewers have some really good practical takeaways. We talked about FAQs because what you just described is a frequently asked questions sheet. So the need for an FAQ to help boost our earned media, our SEO, the need to update that Google Business Profile, the need to use photos, right? And the need to just sort of keep your website consistent with that Google Business Profile too. That's amazing. Thank you for that. Thank you. Is there anything before we chime off here today that you want to make sure everyone understands?
The biggest thing is literally claim your profile like your life depends on it. It's going to control your business. It's going to control everything you do. Take ownership of it. Treat it like a baby and nurture it. all along the way. When you do, it's going to reward you. So that's the best advice I can give you is just stay on top of it and you'll be rewarded for it.
Love that. Your business is your life, and work this like your life depends on it, because your business is depending on it. Todd, thank you for that. That was just chock full of great gems, really important. I know you and I are going to be talking more and more going forward to talk about different aspects of digital marketing in particular, or marketing, especially in hospitality, the industry that you and I both love so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Marketing Mindset, Lessons from Hospitality. Marketing Mindset is a production of Think Tank Media and the Hospitality Nexus, the global platform for hospitality education, with resources such as podcasts, articles, and video tutorials. I'm your host, Leora Lanz, and if you want to learn more about how we can work together, visit my LinkedIn at Leora Lanz. Remember to order a copy of my debut book, the international bestseller, Developing Your Marketing Mindset, Real-World Lessons from Hospitality, which also won the Business Book of 2025 award from the New England Book Festival. And the newest in the series, the companion book, Marketing Mindset in Motion, inspired by hospitality. Everything you need to think like a marketer for your business, your service, or yourself. Connect with meaning through wellness, sustainability, and community to market with meaning and remember the hospitality. Until next time.